Well, you know, guys, the last 3 weeks or so in Football Manager have been pretty crazy if you've been paying attention. There was a post on Reddit that unfortunately has now been deleted that was all about how there were, what did he say, 9 key meta attributes in Football Manager that really mattered. I've seen another post that claims that there are 4 attributes that really matter. I'm going to do one a little bit better than that. I believe that there are actually only 2 attributes that really matter in Football Manager, and let me show you why, right? So I know this is controversial. There have been people who come over, they want to attack me for saying this. They say that my videos are bad, and we all hit the downvote button. I'm convinced. I'm going to show you why. So I know what you've been saying. I've been reading the comments. I know everybody's upset because when we test this out, we create players that aren't realistic and that don't really exist. Let's read through this. This is from November 27th, 2022, right? So this is the very beginning of Football Manager 23, but it still counts for 24. Sports Interactive didn't change anything, right? This comes from the moderator at FM Arena, Zippo. I'm sure you guys are aware that we've been testing player attributes to find out which of them make the most difference. But I think there might be people who don't fully understand why we're doing that and how it can be used in their saves. Yeah, I'd agree. I want to reveal to you the power of player attribute testing. So here's a striker from the Tactic Testing League who has a CA of 145, right? You would look at this guy and think this guy is good, right? Penalty taking of 20. He has long shots of 12, right? He seems to be good in all sorts of different attributes and different abilities, right? He might not be like the best striker in the world, but he's good, right? Now, if you look at the results of the attribute testing, you'll notice some attributes such as acceleration and pace make a huge difference, while other attributes such as teamwork or off the ball almost don't make any difference. Now, it's important to understand that acceleration and pace make a difference in terms of current ability. There was a commenter who mentioned this the other day, and it's 100% correct, right? For example, when you're looking at how the current ability is broken up, 1 point of acceleration will take up about 2.5 current ability points, whereas 1 point of teamwork will cost 0.3 current ability points. Now, this is the thing that people have been talking about when they bring up their criticism, right? Because you say if you take pace and acceleration, just bump it up to 20, you're taking a player who has a current ability of like 140 and turning him into current ability of like 180 or 190. You're turning him into a world beater. That's 100% correct. That's absolutely accurate. The people running these tests know this. They control for this, right? This is what we've been saying the whole time. What if we take our striker and redistribute his current ability from less important attributes such as composure, teamwork, off the ball, and long shots, remember famous long shots, to very important attributes such as acceleration and pace? The current ability has stayed the same, but everything has changed. Now, it's hard to look at both of those images at once. So we're going to show you both of the images together using the thumbnail for this video. Let me go pull it up. And here it is. So here's our beautiful thumbnail, right? This is what you saw before you clicked on the video. This is the exact same image. This is the player as he began. This is him after he was finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attributes. 7 have gone down, 2 have gone up. Nothing else has changed. If you don't believe me, you can go look at the original forum post. There is a link down below. Nothing else has changed. First touch went down by 3 points. It could go down by more. Long shots, composure, decisions, off the ball, positioning, and teamwork all went down to 5. So he's bad at those things now. But acceleration and pace all went up to 20. So these two increased by 5 points. Everything else decreases. Remember, acceleration and pace take up more current ability points than these other things. So that's why you're seeing this vast and kind of drastic difference in these players, right? Acceleration and pace means that when we increase that, the current ability is going to increase by a certain amount. To decrease it and keep it the same as where it was, we have to decrease a number of these attributes. They did this already, right? So we have that down, right? This is what the new player looks like, right? If you looked at this player, you might see high acceleration, high pace, but you wonder, well, what about everything else, right? What about his mentals? I can't tell you how many times I've played Football Manager, watched videos about Football Manager, and I hear people say, well, he has bad mentals. Guess what? They don't matter. They're going to do a similar redistribution for other positions, keeping the same current ability, and then give it a test. We're going to skip over the test itself. They don't do a very good job of labeling exactly which is which. We're not going to worry about that necessarily too much. This is what we care about, right? So with the default attributes, the team scored 53 points after 2,880 matches, right? This isn't just one season, right? This is after like 3,000 matches. Scoring 73 points for and giving up 70 points against. Let's go back and look at this. So they did this for every player. They did a similar thing for every player. They just changed the current ability to emphasize acceleration and pace, right? So a team filled with players like this, with penalty taking of 20, with determination of 16, with all of these attributes in the teens, and even with acceleration and pace ratings of 15, a team like that ended up going 73 goals for, 70 against, with 53 points, finishing mid-table on average. However, when we redistributed everything, when we made a whole bunch of these things drop and maxed out acceleration and pace, guess what happened to the team? They had 101 goals for, 39 goals against, and a goal differential of plus 62 to have 90 points, which meant that they easily beat the league. They were playing against nobody, right? No, they were playing against some of the best teams in the world. And it still worked, right? And this isn't a fluke. Again, this isn't a fluke because, oh, well, we played one season, we got lucky. I mean, we're playing, like 100 seasons, and this is exactly what happened, right? This is the reason why I keep bringing this up. Acceleration and pace are hugely, hugely emphasized in the match engine and always have been, right? Now, what difference does this make, right? I know you're not going to be able to go into Football Manager and find a center back who has acceleration and pace of 20. They don't exist. Or a defensive midfielder who has acceleration and pace of 20. They don't exist. You might, however, find a center back or a defensive midfielder with pace and acceleration of like 15 or 16 and other holes in his game. And maybe you take him on and have him train only quickness to see how high you can get that. If you were going to do that, you'd find that he would be better than a defensive player who has the important defensive attributes. He might not be able to tackle, but if he's really fast, it's not going to matter, right? Now, does this matter in game? Are there players like this you might want to look out for in game? Yeah, go watch my Augsburg save. We have signed Ricky J. Jones, at least we will in a couple days, right? And once the transfer window opens, I can't remember what day we're on when this video comes out. Go and watch the save and you'll see that it makes a huge difference. It really does. When you have the acceleration and pace, players, even players who are inconsistent, even players who are injury prone and who hate big matches and all this stuff, they'll still get into good positions and they will do positive things that will help the team. Acceleration and pace are so important in this game that it's like a cheat code. It is the way to win. If you're trying to min and max Football Manager, you have to pay attention to acceleration and pace. There's just no way around it, right? You have to understand this. This isn't just something people are coming up with. It's not that the tests are bad. It's not that, the tactic testing is horrible and all this. It actually works. Acceleration and pace are the most important attributes in Football Manager. There's more evidence, and we'll go through more later. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.